Hello and welcome back to another Voxel tutorial. So when we created the header in a previous video, we added the messages component on the user bar widget, and this component will display our recent conversations. And if you click the envelope icon here, you are supposed to go to the inbox page. However, this page isn't yet created. So the first thing we're gonna do in this video is create the inbox page and also add the inbox link to the user menu here. So let's go to the dashboard, go to Design, General, and then here you can create the inbox page. The next thing I'm gonna do is go to Appearance, Menus, and add this inbox page to our user menu. And let's select an icon. And the other thing I'm going to do before starting to work on the page is apply the same header as the other dashboard pages. So we're going to go to Design, Header and Footer, edit the conditions for the dashboard header, add another rule group, and we're going to pick Is Page and then select the inbox. Save changes. And now our custom header is displaying, and also the inbox is shown in the user menu. Let's now edit this page and work on it. To save time, I'm gonna copy the layout from the My Listings page. So copy this entire container and paste it here. And we're gonna delete the search form and post feed. Let's type messages up here. And for the subheading, we're gonna paste this text. Looks good so far, let's continue. I'm gonna first hide the footer on this page, and let's reload the page. The footer is now gone. Let's select the parent container and reduce the width to 900 pixels because we don't need it to be as wide. And inside this second container here, I'm gonna place the messages widget. So this widget will display the conversations on the left sidebar, and when you click on a conversation, it will open that conversation here. Let's save changes and reload the page. Before we proceed, let's go through some of these settings related to direct messages. So let's go to Voxel settings, direct messages, and up here you can set the maximum length of the messages. You can enable file uploads. So if you want to allow file sharing, for example images, you can enable the file types here. You can also choose other file types if you prefer. The next option here is update chats in real time. So if you want to allow real-time messages so the user does not have to reload the page to view latest messages, then you can enable this option. And the next one is show the scene badge. So when the sender sends a message and the recipient sees it, the sender can be notified about that, which is a standard feature in most messaging systems. And the last option here lets you delete messages after a certain period. By default, this is set to 365 days. So after this period, the messages are permanently deleted from the site database. So apart from the global settings related to direct messages, you can also enable direct messages for individual post types. Go to direct messages and enable messages. So by default, messages in Voxel are between different users. But if you enable this option for a particular post type, you can enable the possibility for the individual posts, in this case places or businesses, to be able to receive messages. And in that case, the post author will reply to those messages on behalf of the post. We're gonna test this in a bit. Let's go to post types and we're gonna edit profiles, go to templates and edit single post. So previously we added the message action to the user profile, and you can see we chose the message post author action. If we go to the places post type and added the single post, we can add another action here. In this case, we can also use the message post author action, but also we can use the message post action, which we enabled on the post type settings. So we're going to use this one for the listings and message post author for the user profile. Let's delete this text and add a tooltip, direct message, and let's pick an icon. Let's save changes. So for demonstration purposes, I've logged in as a regular user account, and I'm going to go to the admin user profile and use the direct message action. So this sends me to the inbox page and lets me start a conversation with this user. Let's send a message. And now using the admin account, I'm going to go to the inbox and I can access this message and reply to it. Let's now do another test and try to message a listing. So open the listing and press direct message. And now you can see I can start a conversation with the actual listing. If I go back to the admin account, I can see a message has been sent to one of my listings and I can reply on behalf of the listing. So just to recap, the first conversation was direct between two users, while this second conversation is between this user and this listing. As the author of the listing, I can reply on behalf of the listing. There are some additional controls here, like view user profile, clear messages, block, and also leave conversation. As the final thing, we're gonna work with the styling of this page a bit, so the widget looks good on all devices. Let's click on the messages widget, and we're gonna change the height to 55 or maybe 60 VH. Let's save changes. And let's now switch to tablet. And on tablet, we're gonna first reduce this padding to 20 pixels. Let's now pick the messages widget. And for the height, we're gonna use a calculated height. So we want the widget to occupy all the available screen space, excluding this top part here and the bottom bar here. So we're gonna type a calculation, 100 dVH, which stands for dynamic viewport height, and type minus 180 pixels. And if we resize the page, we can notice the widget will grow or shrink depending on the available space. In some previous videos, you saw me using the VH unit instead of DVH. The reason why we use DVH for mobile is because many browsers have user interfaces that are hidden or displayed depending on user interactions. For example, in Safari, when you scroll down, the bottom bar will usually be hidden. This means the viewport of the browser will adapt in real time based on user interactions, and the DVH unit accounts for that. So the calculation will update when the UI changes. Let's quickly test how the page looks on mobile. So I've opened developer tools and I can pick a device here. So we see some issues here. When you are logged in as administrator, the admin bar takes a bit of screen space and is pushing everything down. So our inbox is being hidden by the bottom bar here. Let's test by removing the admin bar and see how things look. Without the admin bar, it looks a bit better, but let's decrease the height a bit further. So I'm gonna switch to tablet again and change the calculation to 100 dVH minus 250 pixels. Let's save changes. And it looks much better now. Thanks for listening and stay tuned for more Voxel tutorials.